Hello, hello. She's back. It's Rise and Grind. And this one is a short one. I don't know. I did what I did. It's fine. So, for this week, I'm going to initiate Silly Goose Poetry Slam, I guess. That's what we're going to call it. There is a timeline where I am rich. There is a timeline where I shaved my head. There is a timeline where I am tall. There is a timeline where there's a timeline which is scary, but there's a timeline where I am not black. And I'm just realizing now that I would have considered this timeline to be the most boring one, but I think that one might actually be more boring than my current reality. So kudos for that perspective, I guess. There is a timeline where I ride a motorcycle. There's a timeline where I am a motorcycle. There's a timeline where I'm not psychic. That's another boring one, I think. It'll definitely be pretty dry. I like knowing what's going to happen before it happens. That's just me. There's a timeline where I have way more plants. There is a timeline where I have a garden. There is a timeline where I know how to fly an airplane. There is a timeline where I know how to fly without an airplane. There is a timeline where I am a bug. There's a timeline where I'm a flower. I bet that one was dope. I'd like to visit that one. There's a timeline where dogs talk. I want to go to that one too. For sure. There's a timeline where all animals walk on two legs. It's another scary one. Can you imagine a horse walking upright though? Like, that's terrifying. Like those big giant Clydesdale, or like the huge horses, but like on two legs. That's so terrifying. I'm getting sidetracked. There's a timeline where I am always happy. There's a timeline where I am never happy. And it's not this one. So that's dope. There's still a chance where this could be the timeline where I'm always happy. We'll see what happens. There's a timeline where I own an island. There is a timeline where I have a fruit named after me. Is this even a poem anymore? Is it? I don't know. There's a timeline where I own a circus. There's a timeline where I'm just a clown in the circus. There's a timeline where we don't have to do the dishes. There's a timeline where magnets aren't real. There is a timeline where I know how to apply my nail polish without getting it everywhere. It's gotta be, right? At least one. At least one. There's a timeline where food is free. There is a timeline where I can eat donuts. I'm about to go off on a tangent here because I really, really, really want a donut right now, but I'm 2 years with a gluten-free diet and I can't have a donut. And like the gluten-free donuts that I've had are not terrible, but they're also not donuts. I would do some very questionable things for a donut. And like, not even, I just want a regular donut. Like, it's been so, I just want a donut. I don't even know how, I don't know if I have the means to make myself donuts either. I don't have any yeast. It's automatically not going to be a donut. Is that my new project? Am I giving myself? I am. I'm gonna make donuts, I guess. I'm gonna figure it out. A nice, not terrible, gluten-free donut that tastes like a regular donut. We'll see. Back to my poetry slam. There's a universe where when a bug gets into your house, you can politely ask them to leave, and they do so. Imagine that, a murder-free universe. We're getting into the dance course. This very short video. Blessedly short. I'm sure no one's enjoying the... You know what? There is a timeline where I'm doing this channel and I don't say anything mean about myself and I just say nice things about myself. There's a universe where that happens. Maybe it could be this one. Maybe. There's a universe where I am a professional dancer. There's another universe where I am a professional, because clearly I know what I'm doing. These moves are moving, okay? There's a universe where I shout out to Jimmy. There's a universe where Jimmy from Ed, Edd n Eddy is real. And Jimmy was my favorite on that show, honestly. He's the cutest. But anyway, there's a universe where the cartoons watch you. There's a universe where every candle is always lit. There's a universe where you always have a lighter when you need one. There's a universe where money does in fact grow on trees. There's a universe where gravity does the opposite of what it's supposed to do. There's a universe, and this is based on one of my favorite books that I read when I was a kid, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. There's a universe where the weather is food. That one would be my favorite, I think. Well, not really, because like I said before, like the whole gluten-free thing, like I couldn't eat anything that came out of the sky. Anyway, there's a universe where I don't get sidetracked when I do these kinds of videos and end up on a weird tangent. There's a universe where finger guns work like real guns. There's a universe where I will learn a choreographed dance. There's a universe where we communicate solely through choreographed dance. I like how I did the Jimmy Came Back for a repeat. It's a classic now. It's in my official repertoire. There's a universe where I am a professional choreographer. Anyway, we're getting to the end of the video. And I guess thanks for watching. I don't know. Snap for my poems. Snap for my freestyle, please. Give me a little something something. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. There is a universe where I am not awkward in the beginning or the ending of these videos. And for your bonus viewing pleasure, another attempt of many to get into a headstand. And I'm gonna shut up and let you watch. Peace out.